Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this segment of the training. We are still in CSS level 1 and this is part 5. And we're dealing with the introduction of classes and IDs. So in this segment, we are going to be learning about HTML classes and IDs in a CSS file. And we're going to learn how to reference an HTML class in CSS and how to reference an HTML ID in CSS. So let's dive in. So I'll go straight to my code editor. Okay, this is the current project I'm working on. That is React. Okay, I have this. Then I pull up my browser. Now, what I did in order to speeding up the development process of this training, I decided to do some coding that I will just explain. All what you are seeing here now is what I've done here, right? So first of all, I have my class, the class introduction, which is this class introduction. Can you see? Good. Minimize this again. All right. Then the body, inside the body I have introduction to HTML classes and IDs, which is this. Which is this. Then I have my div. This is the opening div and this is the closing div. Right? The beauty of this code editor, this Visual Studio Code, you can actually collapse this div. Maybe I want to collapse this now. So all the codes in this first div, they are inside. So I can reopen it, which is this. Maybe I'm getting it. So inside this div, we have our H3 called list of OGTech products, which is this list of OGTech products. Then I made use of another list and ordered lists with our list items. I believe you understand what I'm explaining. If you have been following, if you actually follow the HTML, I believe by now you will not have any challenge with this. So some of you might be saying, how come, why did we break this code? The reason why I broke this down was because this line was kind of the code is a bit if I'm to expand the text editor, fine, then I don't need to actually break it. I don't know if you get it. So I want you to see it. That is why I decided to break it. Since we are making use of two screen here, the text editor and the browser, right? So alright, that's that. Now these are the list of OGTech products. We have Space SMS, which is this Space SMS. Our Space SMS is a school management system for primary schools. Very soon we are going to be engaging some of us, and we're going to be explaining more of this our product to you in details. So we have OGFMS. It's for tertiary institution. We have Space Learn, OGTech e-learning platform. We also have our A1 module. This is our CBT platform for schools. This A1 module functions just like JAM, right? If you are kind of hearing some weird sound in the background, it's because currently rain is falling here. You understand? Okay. This is our first div. From here to here's our first div. Then we have our second div. And if you notice in this first div, I have a class, and I call the class name to be what? First div, right? Good. We have the second div, which is list of OGTech services. These are the lists, all this. Then I give it a class name to be what? Second div. Then I have IAHOS as our H3. The same thing, I broke down this line of code in order for you to see them properly. Understand? So we have our slogan. I can also break this down so that you can see it properly also. Let me break it down. And even I can even break it down from here. Let's have it like this. Yeah. How do you say that? Fine, right? Good. Okay, so we have another H3. Now, this our slogan is having a paragraph. If you can picture it, we can capture it. That is OJ Tech slogan, and we gave it an ID of slogan. Don't worry, I'm going to be explaining this when we get to the success. This is our H3, and it's having an ID of search. We need passionate programmers. From next year, by the grace of God, we are going to be employing a lot of programmers. So if I'm able to meet up, if I'm able to do something, to meet up before then, I'm sure you'll be part of OJ Tech programmers, right? Right. Okay, so all right, so let's flip over to the CSS section now. So these are all the HTML syntax. I want you to take a good look at them. Okay, then the next thing, let's look at the CSS. Now the first thing that we need to do is to connect our CSS. If you notice here, inside this CSS level 1 folder, I have a new file called path_4.css, path_4.html, right? So I'm going to reference this CSS in our HTML. How do I do that? I call link, I'll say link inside the head, in between the opening and the closing tag of the head. I will have the link, the relationship, which is the rel, is the style sheet, and the reference is what is path4._4.css. I save. If I refresh, nothing happens because we have not written anything yet in our CSS path, right? So now let's flip over to our CSS, since we have linked our CSS with our HTML now. You see it again? All right. So the first thing that I want to do, I want to add a color. I want to change this text color for the div to be green. So if I should come over here and I say div, don't forget this is the skeleton. We have the selected tag. The div is the selected tag, right? So I have my curly brace. What the property I say color, the value. Let me give it a color called cyan. I save, then I refresh. I save. I want the color to be applied only to this first div. I refresh. Then how come is the color being applied to all the divs? That is when classes and IDs come into play. If you notice now, we have two div in this document. We have the first div. This is the first div from here to here, right? We have the second div from here to here. And because I am calling div, the color will be applied to all the div tags. I don't know if you're getting it. So since I want the color to be applied only to this first div, I need to make use of this class name called first div. In the next clip, we are going to be looking at this. See you in just a moment.